Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9. We are on chapter 6. Yesterday we finished reading the pastime of Ambarish Maharaj. The benediction, Sukadev Goswami is giving a benediction that whoever hears, narrates, or thinks about this pastime, soon gonna become a pure devotee. Then Sukadev Goswami is continuing to speak about the sons of Maharaj Ambarish and the lineage of Vaivasta Manu. Continuing to read, Ete Kshetra Prasuta Vai
एते क्षेत्रा प्रस्तुता वै
Punasva Angi Rasa Smrita
पुनस्तव अंगिरा ऋषा स्मृतः
Rathitaranam Pravaraha
रथितराणां प्रवराः
Kshetropeta Dvijataya.
क्षेत्रोपेता द्विजातयः
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Having been born from the womb of Rathitara's wife, all these sons were known as the dynasty of Rathitara. But because they were born from the semen of Angira, they were also known as the dynasty of Angira. Among all the progeny of Rathitara, these sons were the most prominent because, owing to their birth, they were considered Brahmanas. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives the meaning of Vijataya as mixed caste, indicating a mixture of Brahmana and Kshatriya. So we also read yesterday that Rathitara had no sons. He called upon Angira Muni to beget sons in the womb of his wife. In the Vedic times, this was customary, where a higher personality would be called in to to get to beget the progeny, to get sons. And the sons would be known as the children of the husband. So here they are known as Ratitara's children, but because they are also coming from Angira Muni, a great personality, they are also being known as dynasty of Angira. And Angira Muni, great Brahmana. So these sons were considered Brahmanas. Shuvatastu Manorjagye
श्रुवस्तस्तु मनोर्जज्ञे
Ikshvakur Grahanata Sutta
इक्ष्वाकुघ्रणात सुताः
Tasya Putra Shata Jeshta
तस्य पुत्रास्ततेश्चेष्टा
Vikukshi Nimi Dandaka.
विकुक्षिनिमि दण्डकः
The son of Manu was Ikshvaku. When Manu was sneezing, Ikshvaku was born from Manu's nostrils. King Ikshvaku had 100 sons, of whom Vikukshi, Nimi, and Dandaka were the most prominent. According to Sridhar Swami, although the Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 1, text 11 to 12, has previously included Ikshvaku among the 10 sons begotten by Manu in his wife Shraddha, this was a generalization. Here it is specifically explained that Ikshvaku was born simply from the sneezing of Manu. So Ikshvaku is born. How was he born?
from the sneeze Manu's
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly a very uncommon birth, right?
yeah
Uncommon birth that by sneezing he's born, Ikshvaku. Tesham purastad abhavan
तेषां पुरस्ताद् अभवन्
Aryavarte nripa nripa
आर्यावर्ते नृपा नृप
Panchavimshati paschacha
पञ्चविंशति पश्चात्य
त्रयो मध्ये परे न्यतः.
त्रयो मध्ये परे अन्यतः.
Of the 100 sons, 25 became kings in the western side of Aryavart, a place between the Himalaya and Vindhya mountains. Another 25 sons became kings in the east of Aryavart, and the three principal sons became kings in the middle. The other sons became kings in various other places. So here we are hearing about the sons of Ikshvaku, 100 sons, out of which three are prominent. What are the names of the three prominent sons?
Vikushi, Nimi, and Dandaka.
Yeah. So Ikshvaku, he has 100 sons and three are considered more famous, kind of Vikukshi, Nimi, and Dandaka. And then
Shilpa,
now, yeah.
just one question.
Mhm.
That they are the sons, right? And so they are the Vevasvat Manu. Still, right? We
Yes.
are,
Yeah,
that's the Manu is the Vevasvat Manu,
that's right.
right?
They are the
And then
grandchildren of Vavastamanu.
yeah, okay. Because we are reading that Manu ka putra Ikshvaku tha, right? So he was
Yeah,
the so there was a Vevasvat Manu's son Ikshvaku, and then he had 100 children, and then from him the major was the Vikshkuti, Nimi, and Dandaka.
that's right.
And the Nimi is that famous Nimi Maharaj, right?
That's, I think so. Yeah, we're going to
Yeah, yeah,
hear about him later.
yeah, because he's very very famous, right?
Yeah,
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 okay.
the 11th canto.
And you were saying something because I reread it. Then I saw Muchukund also. You remember the name
Yeah,
Muchukund? The
yeah,
one that he's also very very famous. Muchukund,
yeah,
Mandhata's son,
yeah.
who was hiding in the cave when Krishna killed. So he's the same Muchukunda, I'm sure.
I'm not, I don't know. Let's read on
Because
and see.
yeah, no problem. Perfect.
Yeah, let's read
Okay.
on. See what we get to know about him.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so anyway, 100 sons of Ikshvaku, 25 are in the western side of Aryavart. What is the region of Aryavart they are saying?
In between Himalaya and Vindhya
Vindhya
mountains.
Mountains, yeah. So 25 sons are in this side of the mountains. Son became kings, and another 25 are becoming sons in the east of Himalaya and Vindhya Mountains. And then in the middle portion, the three sons,
Madhyavrati.
Bhikukshi and Nimi and the other son, they became the king. Okay. And the rest of the kings, they are in other places. It's mentioned like that. Sa ekadashtaka shrade
स एकदा अष्टकाशाध्ये
ikshvaku sutam adishat
इक्ष्वाकुसुतमादिशत्
mamsam aniyatam medyam
मांसम् अनीयताम्
vikukshe gachamachiram.
विकुक्षे गच्छामाचिरम्.
During the months of January, February, and March, oblations offered to the forefathers are called Ashtaka Shraddh. The Shraddh ceremony is held during the dark fortnight of the month. When Maharaj Ikshvaku was performing his oblations in this ceremony, he ordered his son Vikukshi to go immediately to the forest to bring some pure flesh. So it seems that is Shraddh also in the month of January, February, and March. And this Shraddh, what is it called?
कृष्ण
Ashtaka.
अष्टका
Ashtaka Shraddh.
अष्टका श्राद्ध.
Mm. Okay, and it seems for the ceremony they needed some pure flesh. I don't know what kind of ceremony this is. Anyway, Maharaj Ikshvaku told Vakuksi, you go and get. Tatheti savanam gatva
तथेति
Tatiti
सवनं
savanam
गत्वा
gatva
mrigan hatva kriya Kriyar Hanan,
Mrigan Hatva Kriyar Hanan
Shanto Bubukshito Vira,
Shranto Vibhukshito Viraha
Shasham Chadajapa Smritihi.
Shasham Cha Adat Apas Smritihi.
Thereafter, Ikshvaku's son Vikukshi went to the forest and killed many animals suitable for being offered as oblations. But when fatigued and hungry, he became forgetful and ate a rabbit he had killed. It is evident that Kshatriyas killed animals in the forest because the flesh of the animals was suitable to be offered at a particular type of yajna. Offering oblations to the forefathers in the ceremony known as Shraddh is also a kind of yajna. In this yajna, flesh obtained from the forest by hunting could be offered. However, in the present age Kali Yuga, this kind of offering is forbidden. So, because this is earlier times, the rules were different. You know, now is Kali Yuga, so the rules are different. In Kali Yuga, this kind of yajna is strictly forbidden because we may just misuse it. We may not know how to stop, how to appropriately use it, you know. So only yajna we are allowed, we are recommended is
Sankirtan Yajna.
Sankirtan Yajna.
Sankirtan yajna. Yeah, the Sankirtan yajna. So quoting from the Brahma Vaivarta Puran, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Ashwamedham Gavalambham Sanyasam Palapaitrikam Dvarena Sutotpatim Kalau Pancha Vivarchayet. In this age of Kali, 5 acts are forbidden. The offering of a horse in sacrifice, the offering of a cow in sacrifice, the acceptance of the order of sannyas, the offering of oblations of flesh to the forefathers, and a man's begetting children in his brother's wife. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave us this verse, he quoted this verse, and this verse is coming from the Brahma Vaivarta Puran. It's a Puranic verse. Brahma Vaivarta Puran is saying that in Kali Yuga, these 5 types of activities are completely forbidden. What are the 5 acts forbidden?
Offering of a horse in sacrifice,
Yeah,
offering of a cow in sacrifice, the
yeah.
acceptance of the order of sannyas. I didn't understand this part.
So,
The
well, for
acceptance.
sannyas only for the sake of, uh, just uh, devotees actually take up sannyas for preaching, yeah,
Okay,
to preach. So that is good. That is very good. But just getting sannyas in order to maybe get some position in society, that is forbidden, you know. But for preaching purpose is very good.
okay.
Yeah,
Then the fourth one is the offering of oblations of flesh to the forefathers.
yeah.
And the fifth one is a man begetting children in his brother's wife.
That's wife. Yeah, so
Mm,
that is forbidden. Yeah, in Kali Yuga. Like how we see rules and regulations are different, right? For different
yeah.
time, place, circumstance. So Brahma Vaivarta Puran is saying this. 5 things are forbidden for Kali Yuga. The word Pal Paitrikam refers to an offering of flesh in oblations to forefathers. Formerly, such an offering was allowed, but in this age it is forbidden. In this age, Kali Yuga, everyone is expert in hunting animals, but most of the people are Shudras, not Kshatriyas. According to Vedic injunctions, however, only Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt, whereas Shudras are allowed to eat flesh after offering goats or other insignificant animals before the deity of goddess Kali or similar demigods. On the whole, meat eating is not completely forbidden. A particular class of men is allowed to eat meat according to various circumstances and injunctions. As far as eating beef is concerned, however, it is strictly prohibited to everyone. So, because the Puranas, there are Puranas for people in different modes of ignorance, passion, and goodness. So, under certain circumstances, meat eating is allowed, but that meat is supposed to be of goat or other lower animals, and that also the one who wants to have it has to sacrifice it in front of goddess Kali in the temple, or a similar demigod. And they have to chant the mantras. And it's not supposed to be every day. It's like a specific day of the month. And the mantras are to be chanted. As I'm killing you now, you can come and kill me in future life. It's not like buying in the supermarket, like as we see nowadays, but one had to kill the animal oneself to be able to eat it. But of course, cow meat is strictly forbidden for all the ages, for everyone. Thus, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna personally speaks of Goraksham, cow protection. Meat eaters, according to their different positions and the directions of the Shastra, are allowed to eat flesh, but never the flesh of cows. Cows must be given all protection. So, under there are different rules and regulations also of how to eat the meat and who is allowed to eat it, but never cow meat. Any comments, questions?
So this is still during those times, right? About eating flesh.
Eating flesh, but also for Kalyug.
Kalyu. Hmm.
Yeah, also for Kalyug. But but you see what happens is nowadays people are eating flesh, but with not following how how it's supposed to be done and who is supposed to be eating. Yeah, because there are certain rules and regulations. Can be only one particular at a particular day of the month. Some particular mantras have to be chanted. It's supposed to be like a sacrifice in front of the goddess Kali, like that. So, but then now it's become like a wholesale slaughter of animals. That is never recommended. To open slaughterhouses, that is not recommended in the Shastra. Is that okay?
Hmm.
And was it
Next.
also, Shilpaji, that we read and we heard this before, that the one who used to kill would say that, I'm killing you now and then you can kill me in the next life,
Yeah, that's right.
right? That
Yeah,
was also
that's the
kind
mantra.
of,
They
that's the mantra,
chant.
yeah,
Yeah, they were
chanted, yeah.
chanting. Yeah, it was not that you can go to the supermarket and buy the meat. No, it's
Mm.
supposed to be under these rules and regulations, so that gradually the understanding can become, because one has to personally kill the animal and he has to chant this mantra that you can kill me in the next life. So the Vedas are providing this kind of what do you say, this kind of
Option,
option
like this kind of
option
option they are
yeah,
providing. Yeah.
and to raise the level of consciousness of the person, then to realize, oh my God, then I'm going to be killed in the same way in the next life.
Mm.
Then somebody is going to eat my flesh. This animal will come and eat me then. So to have a gradual elevation of consciousness, that's how the Vedas are designed. So for the devotees, of course, meat eating is strictly prohibited. Sinful activity is prohibited so that we can take up Krishna consciousness. Okay. Shesham nivedayam asa
Shesham nivedayam
Shisham
asa
asa
pitre tena chatad guru
pitre tena
pitritena cha
guru
tadguru
jodita prokshanayah.
chodita
chodita
prokshanaya
prokshanayaha.
Dushtam etadakarmakam.
Dushtam etad akarmakam.
Karmakam.
Vikukshi offered the remnants of the flesh to King Ikshvaku, who gave it to Vashishta for purification. But Vashishta could immediately understand that part of the flesh had already been taken by Vikukshi, and therefore he said that it was unfit to be used in the Shraddh ceremony. That which is meant to be offered in yajna cannot be tasted by anyone before being offered to the deity. In our temples, this regulation is in effect. One cannot eat food from the kitchen unless it is offered to the deity. If something is taken before being offered to the deity, the entire preparation is polluted and can no longer be offered. Those engaged in deity worship must know this very well so that they may be saved from committing offenses in deity worship. So just like this one, that Vashishta Muni is saying, no, Vikukshi has already eaten a part of this offering, so it cannot be used. So Prabhupada is also pointing out that in deity worship, the food is first offered to the deity and then we accept it as remnants. So, can't taste the food before offering. So cannot take, first offer to the deity and then take it. Okay, should we stop here?
Yes.
Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna. Thank you all for listening and joining in.